What a fine day it is in Crown Falls once more. The sun is shining, people are selling their crap, the pub is full with ale and beer and huge bellies and banting and shouter. The main street is bustling. Yeah, we have more diverse population now, right? We have babies that are getting carried around, huge hats in all their different fashions. We have horse carriages, and there it is. Also penny farthings as of the last episode. Bicycles. I just love how this is actually getting then into the game, and whoop-de-doo, we actually are also driving one of these buggers now. What an amazing feat this game is. Quite the big remainders that we have then on the streets. I guess we are rather heavy, but in that case here the burden of the world is resting on our shoulders. That's also one of these things. A beautiful town indeed. I think a town that I would like to change around a bit now. That is right up here. Oh, there it is, right? I wonder what we did here, honestly. Now, one thing is, of course, those huge avenues. Some of you have been complaining about them already. What the hell it is about. So let's just show it to you guys. Because, of course, there is a tangible reason for these things, right? And that is, of course, that we have now with the engineers actually our next enclosed greenery ornament now ready for action, and I particularly like that a lot. We're going to go with the squares here, right? So we're also going to have a bit of a difference here, and then all the way here to my bank we can then add it. This actually should not give me that much attractiveness. I guess there is a festival going on right now all the way here. Let's just quickly check out what's going on over here. It's just a small ship trying to get to Tot Merlin before the white flag runs out. Now, this is, of course, one of the first major things we can do now with those huge avenues. We can finally also add then some decoration in between, right? This makes sense to me. So we're dividing it now into two main roads, right? The idea is then later on we get cars and we have then directions, of course, not in this game, unfortunately. Now, in that case, we can then still add, of course, more ornaments the more we progress then, right? So we get stuff like some smaller benches perhaps. We can also get some additional shrubbery here or something, right? So some smaller decorations that we can add, whatever really fits then to the specific area, whatnot. I like this one, detailing the street then further and further with that. Now onwards to the real deal, onwards to the real challenges we need to tackle right now. One of them is, of course, my balance, as always. The bread and the canned food are coming in as of the last episode once more in bigger quantities, even though canned food once again is already struggling also with my goulash. So I do need to once again wrap it up. We still don't have Eli, unfortunately. We still don't have our chef Michel, which of course is a primary booster then to the economy as a whole. Let's go ahead and boost my canneries by 50% with the work. There's not that much more space that I would like to waste on that. At the same time, we can also go ahead then once again and add me some 2 more cattle farms here, and probably also some 3 more red pepper farms somewhere over there. We can build them. I do need a few more planks though. I don't have a plank production there. This is strange. Most unusual, but a small minor problem. Now with this out of the way, we should really head back to the New World now, because we have a lot of things to do here. First of all, let's check the current situation. There is a bunch of airships just flying around. That's not a big deal. My fleet is intact. It is fully repaired. Tomasi down here is also fortified and no big attack is coming in. We also have still that channel in our control, though of course one of those islands will just lose at some point. It's just a matter of time, right? I cannot build any defenses up there right now. So what we do is 2 things. We want to fortify or reinforce my rum production that we have, and we have this one in Alameri, right? So there is already quite a lot of workforce here situated that we can boost, of course, with providing some goods to it, for example. As we still need lots and lots more rum. Let's check it out. We are producing 36 tons, so we have 34 tons surplus. With Crown Falls, we have a total demand then of 43. So we have a bit of a negativity here going on right now that we can, that we need to tackle there. Building more farms, of course, is one way of doing this, and that is something we can still do as long as we have space and, of course, workforce. Let's actually go ahead and copy me my marketplace there and my chapel. Because with this, we're able then to add more people living here, right?
Ship under attack.
There's always a ship under attack. Let's just hope that it's nothing serious. That just should do the thing for my next rum expansion, right? So that's a few more honolars that we have. And with that, we can go ahead. 2 more here. These are the last ones that we have up there. And then I would like to add 3 more here. This will be enough. This will probably be one of the last major expansions here for these, for the sugarcane, right? Because basically we don't need that much then anymore out of it. This one still needs then here those fields, please. 128 it is. This one is 120. Always the thing with the cliffs, but that's it. Perfect. That the sugarcane production is running. Do we already boost them here? Yeah, by 50%. And we have the rum. So now we still need, well, some honolars then. Oh, yeah, Todmurden. We're taking this one over. Once more. That was to be expected. At least conquest works even if you're out of influence.
No, it cannot be.
Right.
That was but a shadow.
Alright, there's not much going on here, so let's immediately head back with our fixing of my rum production. So we are going ahead and I'm just going to add a few more. Right. As close as possible. Upgrading those warehouses is not possible right now. So we're just going to get some additional ramps in to get them. And by the way, there's my fire stations. We have 2 of them. I might also add, while we're here in the area, add me another police station. With so many modded buildings, sometimes it gets a bit messy here. And Hugo doesn't like that whenever we build a police, but we're looking really fine with Hugo there. 99. Ah, Bente, she's still perceptible to some flattery there. Alright, so this is the rum. We're looking again at 50 tons now. Perfect, right? A bit of honolar we still need in. That's those guys here. Alright. Problem number 1 solved. Problem number 2 is getting a bit more severe now, and that's the coffee production. Because for that we need obreros. And we only have them right now in Manola. And in that case here, we can use this workforce for our coffee production. We have 2 options of how we want to tackle coffee. Either we have the raw coffee being produced on other islands and then delivered to Manola in a industrial area, or we produce everything on one island. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. For having the coffee production on one island in total, we would need to set up a whole new obrero island, right? We have a lot of workforce in Manola and it's only getting more. So I would like to use my industry zone here with the coffee production, whereas the coffee plantations we have on another island. Leads also, of course, to a problem, that is that we need more ships to service the trade routes. And since coffee is such an important part of Crown Falls and the consumption will go crazy, I would also like to combine it with the Hacienda. So some of you have been waiting for that already, and we're going to build one Hacienda, and that's going to be here somewhere, right? So just on the side of Manola. And for this, oh, all right, it was that one down here. Not like she really went out there. She just attacked it with her airships once. For this, we need to do one thing, and that is a bit of a recalculation on my part. I'm actually going to move these cotton plantations away from here, because we're going to reserve it then for my coffee. And for now, let's have the cotton all the way down here on the other side of Manola, right? You can actually squeeze it in a bit here, right? And the fields that we destroyed, we just replaced them up here. So no big deal. All of them should have their maximum field size, and we even have some buffer for additional ones then, right? So we have them here, and I can just take the other ones here too. Moving them here, it's actually not that costly, right? I thought it would cost me quite a bit. Then we have the warehouses, and then we just have once again a road. We need to also make sure that we keep this oil field here reserved once more, right? That's going to be absolutely crucial. And then we have it connected with the harbor area. There it is. So that's a lot of additional cotton fields. And then, yeah, we can also take all of these guys here and also move them, since we have so much beautiful, precious space over here. Did you hear that sound? That was just absolutely beautiful. That's when you have so many fields here. And then also their respective warehouses again. That's that. By the way, we are actually gained 100 influence. Leveled up once more. Perfect. Alright, the rest here is plantain. This is also something we need to, as always, tackle a bit then, because we do lack our plantain production. So I'm just going to get this all over here. I might also activate those 3 plantain productions then as well. Alright, this is all a bit hidden now over there. Now, onwards to the real deal, and that is our Hacienda. This is one of the major mechanics in the new world that we can use. And the cool thing about this one is that we can expand it then, right? It's a very, very expandable feature here, and also its radius gets expanded over time. So let's start with it by having the Hacienda then right here at this crossroad there. Somewhere over here we can have it. There you go, with this entrance right here. And it's then being surrounded by probably some ornaments then as well later. It needs though also a road connection on the back. Hacienda opens its gates. Nivarius unveils a beautiful new Hacienda, a home for agricultural innovation, good government and fine living. There you go. And around that, it has no bus stop right now, the game tells me. Thank you very much. We can also have the new service buildings. These are modded ones, right? Like a hospital here, like a fire station. So I would like to have this then also somewhere here. Probably just on the other side of the street, we're going to get it a little park then as well, right? Nothing too fancy because we really need space, but just something that adds then the flavor here of the center. Now, what we really need for all of this is the modules, and this is then the Jornalero quarters that we have now, right? And we really will need a lot of them. Every single one of them increases the radius of the Hacienda, and we want to get as many farms in as possible over here, and then also animal farms up there in the mountains. So yeah, it's all about population once more. So adding the first ones here is the first important step. Actually, this is really central, right? So I'm going to keep a bit of a distance there to add some, yeah, some trees and stuff like that. And then here. This road is once again also a main road because it continues then all the way up here exactly to this location here, where we do have then the hydroelectric dam at some point, right? Our power dam that we can build here then at some point later. So that's that. And I'm just going to copy this whole thing to the other side. There you go. And then we can start with a bit of a more dense population then as well, right? So adding this one. I mean, here we might actually make some service buildings out of that. And then I'm just going to add blocks now as well. Then we have the Hacienda buildings, like for example the fire station, like for example the police station, and also the hospital on the other side. Bit expensive that is. For the Hacienda, we can actually also have then policies enabled. Right now we don't have any unlocked yet, but they're going to be also really interesting. Let's actually have this block on the other side too, right? Before it goes then into a bit more depth over here already. More density, right? And yeah, slowly but steadily we're expanding then our borders.
Ship under attack.
Now we can also have a quick look at what these guys here want actually. It's the same for the normal Jornaleros, right? But a bit different. First of all, we have way more Jornaleros housing in these blocks here. Also, we have the hot sauce as a new need. So they have a few different needs. They're going to get a bit more complex down the road. All the way up to artisans then. Now, the Hacienda Church is still something we need. So either we use now one of these central spots here, or we're using several churches. I think this is my go-to here. So we can have one up here for now, right? And another one then down here somewhere. Probably here along the main road already. Right? And then we can have more density blocks than some over here. I would also like to start with producing now some coffee for the first time, right? So we can do this in Tomasi, and we're delivering the coffee then up to Manola to the Hacienda where we have the industry zone. I do have Orion Macaria available over here as my trade route. And in that case here, we have lots of space over there. Now the coffee only requires Honolero workforce, so the most basic one. And of that we should have plenty of available. The processing, however, then requires obreros. Fertility is here, that's perfect. With the Hacienda, theoretically, we would not need that fertility, right? But since we're going to need so much coffee down the road, we will need to use this island here together with others then down the road as well. Let's actually just make a double road here as my main road. It's important that we keep this oil field though reserved then for us, right? That goes then all the way up to the market. So let's just make this one right now. Here to the beach then, right? And these guys here actually have an easy time just getting to my road then, to my rail network down there. Trade union is important because we definitely want to boost those coffee plantations then. Now once again, I'm not doing it all right now because we simply don't have the time for it. But yeah, we actually have this area now set up so we can actually start building them right away. With the timber that we have, everything is set up for it. And with that, finally, we're starting some coffee production again. Might actually go ahead and still have those guys here. Before anyone asks, again, no, we are not going to use tractors for these coffee plantations, nor do we use the fertilizers for these, since I want to have this reserved for other plantations then. There you go. And also here, don't underestimate the demand for oil that we are going to have. So tractors are not the solution to every plantation we build. There you go, right? This is a lot already. I think we are actually having too many plantations already anyway. Doesn't really matter, right? Let's build the trade route. I'm inclined once again to go with charter route to not risk any of my ships right now. And that is then just the coffee beans. There we are, right? From Tomasi to Manola. And we're going to say also take me 200 tons of it. Right, we're going to charter this. Does cost me a bit on my balance, but that's okay. At least until we can get more ships out again. Now, let's just check out my coffee production, my demand for it in Crown Falls. Right now, it's 8 tons that we have, right? We're producing now with these here, because they're very slow actually, only producing 1 per minute. We're having a total production of 10 right now. So let me actually have, yeah, 2 more, right? I think we can still have this one here squeezed in just fine. It's still within the trade union, perfect. And then here another one. And with that we have a production of 12 now available to us that gets shipped to Manola, where we can then process it now. Alright, so while we wait on the coffee beans, we definitely should fix those 2 products here for us. That is the fried plantains and the ponchos, because both of them, after the latest propaganda, are completely out of business. First of all, also what we should be checking here is if we have enough fields, so everything ready there. Alright, and let's actually also build them for a change. There you go. With that, we have the 4 again. Getting the alpaca farms in is important. Oh yes, we definitely should be building us some additional warehouses there. And I'm also going to implement more fish oil production that we have over there. The thing is, you know, we have plenty of Honolero workforce and all of this is super cheap. So there's no big deal in just increasing all of that. And the other thing is then the plantains that we have then over here. And for that, let's also go ahead and add us a few more. This one is looking a bit out of place that we have. And then we can go ahead with more plantain production than over here. And here along the beach. Of course, the beach area should be a bit accessible, right, for us at some point later on. That's the important thing here. And then we're just going to copy another 3 over here. This is all temporary though, right? So I'm not going to put in that much effort for these guys here, because we are going to make us a proper plantain area once we can do this. Right now, I definitely don't want to plan ahead with that. That's a bit of more coming in here, right? So we have a nice surplus here of 20 now and of 16. So fish oil is actually a bit behind, lagging a bit behind. So that means 2 more and then we have this one fixed. And then I just need, yeah, well, fry plantain kitchens. Now we have them in the industry zone somewhere over here. No, actually, yeah, we still have the 3 in the Manola Beach area. Let's actually also move them over now to, yeah, to an area where we can easily manage them. And that's, of course, in the industry zone where we can also boost it then, right? Though bear in mind that, yeah, it's not the highest priority production that we have there, for sure. Let's go ahead and have a warehouse there. In fact, I'm going to go with 2 more warehouses here, right? And then we can squeeze in, hopefully, as many of these kitchens as possible. That's 6, that's 8 of them. So that already is a plus of 16, right? And with 2 more, we have that consumption of 20 and production of additional 20. And the same goes then with my ponchos. So we have them over here. And I will need to get my poncho darners. I still only have those 3 here in Manola that I definitely don't want to have there anymore. And we're going to have then here the real poncho production. Let's actually have them over there. Right, with those 8, we are already producing another 16. That's unboosted, right? And then another one here and here. And then we have the 20 as well. There you go. So this should actually solve a lot of my problems. Let's build them. Let's also build another 6 here. These guys here and these guys here. We want to have a, well, a comfortable surplus there. Right, and with that we have achieved it. So this is now working for us. The same goes then with the plantain here, still a comfortable surplus, and the fish oil and the alpaca wool. Perfect. So with that, problem solved for now. Let's also make sure that we do have then a nice central trade union for all of these guys here, right? So that we can boost them down the road. And yeah, even electricity would be something up for debate in that industry zone then. Now, next in the line, this should now bring in a lot more. We already expanded the radius again. And we should be looking at a comfortable income now for these guys here. In the meantime, the first coffee beans are in. 100 tons we have now. And with that, we can start our coffee production. This is going to be the most crucial production for Manola, right? So this is going to be its main export good, and that is coffee. And that means we need to find us an area where we first of all have a lot of space, but also where we potentially can use then some electricity boost, right? And also then potentially some trade union boost. And it's probably going to be this area for me. This is going to be, we might also make a heavy industry zone of this one. Definitely need a space though. There is already the train tracks then that we use going to the beach area. So this might be a perfect area for it, right? Let's just have a look at that. There's the train tracks. We might as well then just reserve them here, going then towards the beach area, right? And that means this area here can be then reserved for all of this with a trade union in the center. It's also closing then just beside the city, right? Because the city is closing in then on this on this industry zone as it then also creeps up here on the mountain. Let's make sure that we also keep this iron deposit up there available, because that's something we're going to need. And with that, yeah, well, we can actually go crazy here now with my coffee roasters. These require 150 brewers each, so we will need to work on some upgrades there again for my population. Other than that, let's go ahead and just add me the first coffee roasters. Let's once again also have some buffer in between. There's then the road into my heavy industry area and into my farming area for Manola then, right? And let's just make sure here. Yeah, this is actually just perfect, because with that we can go ahead, copy us this double road there at least to mark that this is a main road, right? Here we have then the triple road that comes from Manola, where the last buildings are going to be. And that means that we have then lots of room here for all of these coffee roasters. Let's actually have them look towards the road.
Spreads across your city.
And then also more here. Diseases in the city of Crown Falls, that's okay. That's a lot already. Producing, yeah, 2 tons per building, boosted up to 4 tons per building with electricity, and boosted up to 6 to 8 tons per building with the trade union then at some point. And we could even then increase the work efficiency as well with the unhappiness bonus. Yeah, that is something that we also can do. I'm looking at a potential production for coffee of 100 tons at least, right? So that's something we should keep in mind here for all of this. So we want to really squeeze in as many as possible. I might even just move the trade union one step down so we can squeeze in one more here and one more here. And we should not... There's the electricity product or the power plant. No, the power plant actually will go up here, right? And there's probably going to be then the power plant somewhere here. So we can really use all of this with electricity. So let's just save us some area here for the power plant then, where the train is coming in. And around that we have then all of these. And unfortunately we will also need some space, of course, for warehouses. So let's also squeeze them in wherever possible. Now let's just check it out. We have now the coffee production running, right, with 12 tons of coffee beans. In Crown Falls, as we already see, we do need around 8 tons, so we do have potentially everything that we need for that. And that means I need to, yeah, get me at least... Let's start actually, yeah. Let's get the warehouses out there, the fire station, the police station, and then we can actually start with the first, yeah, make it 6. Right, and with that, we actually will need more brewers again. And this is, once again, a beautiful milestone, because with that, we have the last good that we need for the investors coming from the New World. And the light bulbs are really just a small project. Let's actually upgrade the roads here right away to speed up the transportation time as well. Alright, what we still need is more obrerers. We should, first of all, be able to rebuild those guys here again. There you go. That's actually already something that solves the problem. And then we just need to go ahead and upgrade some existing jornaleros. We have a lot of them still in Manola main city here, right? And this already solves my workforce problem again. Alright, and with that, coffee is up and running. We just need the trade route now. The last one from the New World for now. And this is going from... we're going to set Manola as the starting point and goes then to Crown Falls. And of course, it's going to be coffee. And it's going to be a lot of coffee over the course of this game. So this trade route will expand. For now, we don't have any cargo ships anymore. So I'm just going ahead and hope that we have a Royal Clipper. There it is. Macaria available. That gets the job done. Let's make the waypoint a bit further outside. And yeah, we can actually go ahead with adding then a second one here once Macaria is a bit further away again. So that's that. We could potentially also now work on schnapps and hot sauce. Hot sauce is something that we can produce here right away. Before we do that, I would like to go ahead and actually just expand my Hacienda there a bit further, right over here. Oh, and we also get a bonus out of the Jacobs collection that we have. Here it gets a bit tight as far as I can see, so we could make it like that. Nope, nor can we do it like that, so we'll need to figure out something here. A park even might be possible. And there it is on Macaria, the first 28 tons of coffee leaving port. It's not much, but of course it's the beginning. And on this fine day, another milestone has been achieved here. Now, with that, we, can probably leave the New World for now. Miss Hunt is not doing anything finicky here with us. My fleet is safe and sound here at Tomasi, ready to secure my islands whenever possible. Let's head back to Crown Falls once more, where, most of the stuff is in now. Also, the coffee is coming in now soon. That means the light bulbs is my last production that I need for pushing towards the investor stage. For this we need glass. We have plenty of that already as production down here, though I think it's not a huge surplus production. No, it's not, right? So actually we do lose some glass right now. So let's actually go ahead and build me 2 more sand mines and another glass maker that we can have then somewhere here. We're not boosting this area yet. I might actually be thinking about that soon. We are capped on oil. So this will be another major step forward, because we're boosting then all our sewing machine production here, right? All my window production, my fur coat production, my canned food production. So this really is the next step for my electricity. And in that case here, also my fur dealers that lack still some cotton. We are actually having 2 ships here working on that already, and they're full, right? So we might actually need to increase capacity. So I only have 3 more ships left, and that's it. I cannot get more ships out right now, as of this moment. I also cannot purchase more ships, I think. Let's try it out, though. I mean, purchasing a ship is risky because... we can actually... Oh, wait a second, that's a flagship? No, we cannot purchase ships, right? It's impossible as long as we do not have the influence. Let's aim for the white flag again, even though, now that I think about it, we would need to get a ship over there as quickly as possible then. So Orient 2 might be one of them. It's stupid. We need influence. I should have just kept the cheating mod online. Would have made things a bit easier. Okay, before we get the lab ups going, what we will also need is opening up a new industry zone for Crown Falls. So we have then this one here, and now I would like to work on that one. That's the one in the mountains up here overlooking the city itself. So here we have right now the log production, and I would like to get a clean industry going here, right? So for that, I'm going to, first of all, of course, we need to move some of those lumberjacks. We have plenty of space still over there. So let's just see how many we can squeeze in up here on that mountain. That would be 1 and 2 and potentially 3 and 4. There would be a 5 one, and yeah, 90% is fine for me, right? And even 82% is fine for a lumberjack hut. Let's also have another one here, and yeah, we can still also have bunch of them here by the mountain itself. Don't forget, once again, this is a very cheap high volume product, and this is something we can easily replace them with docklands at some point, because as always, space is going to be the most important good that we have at some point, right? And once we get to this point, we can then finally start using the upgraded goods from the docklands to, yeah, open up more space again for us. I always love that transition as well when this happens. With that, we can get rid of lumberjack huts here. Right, so these guys there. And the sawmills, let's also move them a bit further over here now to this zone over there. And that we can also get rid of it here, right? So we definitely want to open this up. And this is clean industry only that we use here. I don't want to see high pollution stuff close to the city anymore, right? With that, this is the only exception we have right now. And also up here, we're only going to see clean industry, more or less, because I don't want to pollute that city too much. And with that, the only thing we still need to make sure here is a triple road for getting the rail tracks in at some point. So I'm going to get this all the way here. There is going to be then a power plant somewhere here that I would like to have. And around that power plant, we can then go crazy with production. And one of these, of course, is going to be my glass makers. So let's start with having my warehouses here again. And then I would like to have now my glass makers here together with the filament factory, right? Together with my light bulb factory. All of this can be boosted. This is important so that when the time is right, we can boost them at once. Let's start with having my glass makers here. Oh no, we're losing an island. We're losing an island. It's over there. Really, we need to get rid of that witch. I mean, it's an island that we don't need for now, but still, it's something that really absolutely is problematic. And in that case, let's lose the island, take it back at some point. Miss Hunt is down here as a main hub. I might really go for an attack on this at some point. Some point soon, honestly. If we can purchase from the Cape Trelawney, this would make things so much easier for us. But of course, it's going to be risky. Alright, that's one step here, right? Going up, and then we have here the industry zone probably ends then, because I don't want to get too close there into the city. And don't forget, we're going to need lots of glass down the road, because they're needed for the spectacles too. For my window production, they're needed for a whole lot of stuff. Right. I mean, at this point, I might actually think about moving this one to another island. Get the warehouse out here. Right, so that's the windows that we have, or the glass, sorry. And then we still need the filament production on top of everything. That is something I would probably like to do here just by the mountain.
Night embraces you,
Might still work on a bit more.
Comes a time when we must make way for something better.
This is actually fine. Right, and then a bunch more here and here. Ah, come on. Could have worked. It's not working. There you go. How many light bulbs do we need right now? It's not a production that you need so much of, right? So 2 tons per minute right now. And then we just need the light bulbs. So 2 of them would already work fine. And let's get them, yeah, let's get them somewhere over here then. Can we? No, we'll not be able to squeeze in 3 here. Also, we need a room for a trade union. As centrally as possible to get at least the light bulb production in. This looks good. Alright, so somewhere here. We're wasting a lot of space though with the mountain. 2 might even work better. Yeah, we could even do 2 trade unions here. It's a tricky area, of course, because of all the mountain stuff. Electricity. More filament up here. So this really is the area for light bulbs, right? And then we have the light bulb production. This is low pollution stuff. And I might just have this then along the cliff here, overlooking the city of Crown Falls. Right, and here we can then squeeze in another fire station. And definitely what we also will need here is a police station. And that's a lot of light bulbs already, right? Because don't forget, we only need 2 tons right now for already a city this size. And it probably goes up to 30 at some point, right? And for that, we need to work it. So we have then here 6, we have 12. With electricity, we would have 24. And with the trade unions, we easily can push it to 30 and beyond even that. So if I want to push it beyond even that, we could have more than here. Or we think about a second production that we can have in this area, because I think this will be already quite fine for the future. And yeah, with that, let's actually not fiddle around here too much. Let's actually work on 4 tons for now, right? So that means the filament production that we have here, that's 1 ton, 2, 3, and 4, right? We need a bit more glass, so let's build 2 more glass makers, upgrade the warehouses here, and then we can work on 4 light bulb productions just here. Right, and that's it. And this is our light bulb production. The last product is coming in. And once again, this is actually low volume stuff, so we might actually think about importing the light bulbs at some point completely. And with that, we could free up the whole industry zone again, potentially down the road. That's something. Let's enjoy the nighttime over Crown Falls once more, as yeah, another milestone has been achieved. And with that, ladies and gents, there's a bit of coffee coming in. We should be theoretically ready to go for investors and finally solve us that influence problem. All of that in the next episode. Stay tuned.
The fire left ruins behind.